Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, RRR. Okay, so I've seen enough of this on TikTok, people talking about how great this movie is. I really couldn't get a hold of it. It's actually on Netflix. I was laughing with my wife. I was like, I want to see this movie, RRR. They're all talking about it. I know it's like a Hindi movie and all that kind of stuff, so I'm just trying to find it, figure it out. It's on Netflix. How about that? So anyway, it's about two legendary revolutionaries and their journey away from home before they started fighting for the country in the 1920s, right? They say it's one of the best action flicks of the year. It's an 8.0. 88,800 people have rated it so far. So, I mean, it's gotta be good, right? 3 hours and 7 minutes long. I don't know anybody in it, but I get a lot of my movies to watch on Netflix, as maybe you know or maybe you don't know. But so I'm excited to see what this is all about. And 3 hours and 7 minutes. I better be interested from start to finish, but I'll let you know. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're at the 1 hour and 30 minute, 26 second mark of RRR. I know, it feels like it's gone on for a while. I mean, it is really good. It's living up to the hype that I found on TikTok. And, but it does seem a little bit long. I mean, I just realized, I was like, oh, I better do a check-in. An hour and 30 minutes, we got an hour and 34 minutes left. There's a lot to go, but it is really good. So we've got, I mean, a lot. There's really two main characters, and I don't know their names because I think they go by different names, but one of the character is from a tribe in India where a young girl gets taken by a British family, British royalty, just take her. So this guy, I think it's her brother, she calls him brother, is out hunting to find her, to get her back, right? But this guy is like, you know, king of the jungle, kind of like a Tarzan kind of guy, you know, fights cheetahs and tigers and stuff like that. It's just straight up awesome, just raw tough, right? And so he's out trying to find his sister, and he's trying to, you know, blend in to the crowd in the big city kind of thing, but that's what he's trying to do, right? And then we got our other character, our other main character, Raja, I think his name is, right? So he is like a super soldier, right? Almost like, you know, Captain America, but Captain India, all right? Like, he is the man. He goes out in a huge crowd of people, and now he doesn't have, like, superpowers. He's just tough, right? He's just a really, really good soldier, and that laid out right all up in the beginning about how, you know, nuts and tough this guy is, right? And he kind of gets snubbed by the sergeants and stuff like that, the head of the military that he's in. But ultimately they say, hey, we want you to go find this guy who's looking for his sister. And so the two of them have their own missions. They meet and they become best of friends. And that is like the first 1 hour and a half of this movie, is the two of them just like being together. Two different sides of the track, you know, train tracks, whatever, but they become good friends. And you're smiling and laughing the whole time. I mean, they're finding girls and they're just having fun, and it's done well. It's not like silly. It's done really, really well. So you really like them. They're both very likable characters when you figure out who they are and what, you know, how they interact with each other. And then it's just filled with all this action. You know, they're two tough guys who are going through this whole thing. They both have separate missions. One guy's looking for the guy who's right next to him. The other guy is looking for his sister. And so it's about to come to a head here at the hour and a half mark, right? They're going to start figuring what's going on. And I'm assuming the next half of it is going to be them against each other. Really, really good. And I'm very, very surprised. I thought it was going to be good. That's what everybody else said. But you get into it and it's like, you're into it. Like, I haven't lost interest. I haven't started to fall. There's not a dull moment where you're like, no. It's all now. It's not dubbed. You know, a lot of Netflix movies or shows are dubbed, so you don't have to read. There's a lot more reading to this one. but that's okay. It's still an excellent film. So, and then you think about the culture stuff behind it. I know the last movie review I did, the Forgiven, was a very cultural kind of movie, but this is another one. So, all right, let me get into it here. Let me get back to it and see where it goes. My daughter's calling me on my phone, interrupting my YouTube, but I'll be back in a bit. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of RRR, and I mean, it's still going on. Not really the credits, it's a little song and dance. Let me throw that out there real quick. It's somewhat, a little bit of almost a musical, in a sense. There's song, there's dance, throughout the entire movie. It's actually very important, like some of the words that they're singing in fight scenes. You have to read them because it's very important to what's going on. But I mentioned before, there are two guys from the opposite sides of the track. Well, really, they're water and fire. You know what I mean? Cold and flame. I don't know. Like I think that's really what it's supposed to be. But you know, without going into too much detail, there's a lot to unpack in this story. They do a great job of setting up one backstory. So, you know, and it moves forward. Then they come back and they fill out the other backstory. So you're all caught up as this is going on. Now that is one of the, I guess, the things I didn't like. It was long. It felt long. I was interested. I couldn't tell you how they could shut it down or make it shorter. But I just felt it was like a long movie to get to where we needed to. Again, I'm not sure what they could have cut out. But because you needed it all. And I often complain about the lack of backstory or depth behind certain characters. Well, this one's completely, I mean, it's still going, to be honest with you. I thought there was the song and dance was on, that's it. There's still stuff happening as I'm telling you. But if for some reason you saw the preview of this or saw different, you know, images, like I said to my wife, I was like, two guys on a motorcycle, it's supposed to be an action movie. I don't know how good it's going to be. It's probably going to be cheesy. Not at all. You know, the two guys on the motorcycle work. There's a guy on a motorcycle on a horse. And I'm like, come on. This is going to be ridiculous. They do a great job. The fight scenes are fun. And you really do like the two characters. One you like the whole time. The other one you're iffy on. But in the end, I think you like them all. And I thought about it here at the end. When I was trying to describe it and think to my wife, it's kind of like Tarzan meets Captain America Indian style. It's kind of what you get, with a whole bunch more background that you don't need to know. You got to find out when you watch the film. So there you go. Worth the watch. Check it out. It's a long one. Buckle in, but it's worth it. Alright, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.